Hi everyone, it's me Gaming Dew, and welcome to my top 10 most anticipated films of 2023. This is coming right after my video on my ranking of the 2022 films, just like every single year, where I do the film rankings of the film that year first, and then I do my most anticipated films of the next year. This year coming up is going to be 2023, and I'm going to get into my thoughts on a little more of a personal note with 2023 in a very special video I have planned that's coming out on New Year's Eve. But that's besides the point. This is going to be a more positive note, as these are some films I'm really anticipating. Probably more than I've anticipated any year this entire decade. Probably the most anticipated year for films since 2019, in my opinion. But I don't know if it'll top 2022. 2022, in my opinion, was a pretty damn good year for films. I would say at least the top 13, 14 films were good, and there was only 20 films on that list, so it might be hard to top, but I am anticipating all of these films, and let's get on to it. Starting with number 10. Now, Pixar this decade, in my opinion, hasn't had the absolute best track record. My favorite Pixar film of the 2020s so far is Luca, which is the only film from Pixar that I think is genuinely as good as the classics, in my opinion. But something about Elemental really hooks me. I don't know if it's the animation style that looks incredible, or the fact that it's kind of going to be a romantic movie, I guess, is what it seems like it's going to be like. I'm a big Pixar fan, especially the films from Toy Story 3 and before, but I still enjoy modern Pixar. It did go downhill a little bit with Cars 2, but you got some gems after that, like Toy Story 4, Coco, and of course Inside Out, but I am anticipating this film. If not for the animation style alone, it looks really freaking cool, and the trailer really sold me, so I really want to see this movie. Speaking of a trailer that really sold me, coming in at number 9 may shock you, but it's Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. I genuinely really liked the Transformers as a kid, especially when the first two the first movie kind of holds up, but the second movie doesn't really hold up, but it's very nostalgic, especially Transformers and Transformers: Rise of the Fallen. So I am at least a little intrigued about this movie. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and following the Beast Wars storyline, that's just really, really cool. I'm very excited for this film. There's really just 8 more films I'm anticipating more, and a lot of them are stuff that's a little closer to my heart than Transformers, but this film looks like it could be the best since the original, and it looks, if anything, like it's gonna be a lot of fun. The Rocky films are awesome. The Creed films are awesome. So, going back into this universe for the first time in 5 years is going to be awesome. That's why coming in at number 8 is Creed 3. Creed 3, I think, is going to be just as good, if not maybe even better than the first two Creed films. I love the direction it seems to be going in, and I'm just a big fan of this franchise. I didn't really see the Rocky films until 2018, and after that, I fell in love with them. They're definitely in my... The first Rocky is probably, if not my top 10, it's in my honorable mentions. That's a really freaking good movie. So returning to this universe again is going to be awesome, and I'm anticipating the hell out of this movie. Okay, this one is probably going to make the least sense, but holy freaking crap, the trailer has me wanting to watch this movie so freaking much. Coming in at number 7, I put that on top to remind myself that I don't even know if I should say the word because it might get my video deleted. It's CocaCola Bear. So the film is basically about a bear who takes quote unquote Coca-Cola, and then he goes crazy and runs rampant. And is it gonna be like frickin' Citizen Kane or Lord of the Rings, Return of the King level of filmmaking? Like, oh my god, one of the best of all time? No. But sometimes I just like to turn my freaking brain off and watch a very, very silly movie. It's a popcorn film. This film looks like it's gonna be freaking hilarious. It's the first time ever for me personally that I thought this film was a joke. But when I found out it was really coming out, I was like, oh my god, I gotta watch this. This is gonna be freaking hilarious. And I can't wait to watch this movie. This movie looks like it's gonna be so much freaking fun. I really want to thank Top Gun Maverick for me anticipating this film so much. Coming in at number 6 is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I was never really into these Tom Cruise action films. I really wasn't. I didn't actively hate them, but something about them didn't really make me want to watch them. That is until I saw Top Gun Maverick just a few weeks ago. And then I was like, that movie was freaking amazing. Now I gotta watch the rest of the Mission Impossible films next year, which I'm planning on doing a whole marathon of the rest of the Mission Impossible films that have came out before this one comes out, so I'm more caught up. So because of Top Gun Maverick, I am anticipating this film a lot. Just proof that a movie can prove you wrong. I was never really interested in these Tom Cruise or Skydance action films until Top Gun Maverick came out. And now I really want to see this movie. But it doesn't quite make the top 5. What does make the top 5, though, is AntMan and the Wasp Quantum Mania. Honestly, unfortunately, I'm kind of leaning on with a lot of other people in saying that I'm getting a little bit of Marvel Cinematic Universe fatigue. Honestly, I'm sorry, I know there's some people who will stick by this universe to the end, and overall I will too, but I'm starting to get to the point where I'm not going to watch every project this universe produces. Even 2 years ago, which is around the time WandaVision came out, I was like, I'm here to watch every single Marvel project. Now, no. But this is one of them I'm going to watch, because this is very important, and it honestly looks like a lot of fun. And a drastic change from the other two Ant-Man films, as this film looks like it's going to be a legitimately serious film about Kang the Conqueror. Some people are predicting that Ant-Man is going to die in this film. I highly doubt it. I think Ant-Man might possibly be the Iron Man of this whole saga, and then he maybe dies in Secret Wars. But I highly doubt Quantumania is going to be his end. I do feel like Kang is going to make his big appearance in this film, and his threat is going to be known after this, but the point is, I'm just so excited for this film. This seems like this is really going to lead into the Kang storyline, and that seems awesome. I can't wait for most of the Marvel films. I'm just a spoiler. The Marvels does not make my top 10 list. I'm just not really interested in seeing that film. But Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, I'm very, very excited for. Probably the most since Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness for a Marvel film. So, I'm pretty excited. I just hope it doesn't let me down. Okay, I might get a lot of controversy for this, but here it comes. I'm anticipating this film more than I anticipated any Lucasfilm project since The Force Awakens. I'm anticipating this film more than Last Jedi, more than Rise of Skywalker, more than upcoming Mandalorian seasons. I am a fanatic of the original Indiana Jones trilogy. I don't know if I've ever said that before, but I absolutely adore those films, especially Raiders of the Lost Ark. That film has to be in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. That is just such an amazing movie. And I do have a planned top 10 action movies of all time list coming. It's either number 2 or 1, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull makes it to where this is probably not number 1. I think this probably would have been my most anticipated film of the year if Kingdom of the Crystal Skull didn't exist. But with James Mangold directing this film, and it seems like this is going to be the last film in the franchise, I am overall very, very excited for this film. I can't wait to see Indiana Jones come back one more time, and by God, it's about time. It's 15 years after Kingdom of the Crystal Skull when this film comes out, so it's about time we get another damn Indiana Jones film, and I hope this series ends on a high note, and I am very excited for this film. Not quite as much as the top 3, though. As a Spider-Man fan, this film is like a wet dream to me. Coming in at number 3 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Holy crap, a whole freaking all sorts of versions of Spider-Man are going to be in this film, including Tom Holland's Spider-Man, who I don't know if Tom Holland's going to be playing him, but it's going to be the same Spider-Man. You're going to see PS4 Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099, Spectacular Spider-Man. Holy crap, this film is going to be awesome. And I might not have been anticipating it as much if it wasn't for how incredible Into the Spider-Verse was. That film was freaking amazing. Sony Pictures Animation's all-time best movie. And close to being my favorite Spider-Man film, but the original and No Way Home, I think, have the edge over that. But with all this coming, this could be my favorite Spider-Man film of all time by the end of it. This film looks awesome, and I can't wait to see it. This is one of the films I want to see in the movie theater next year. That is for sure. This film looks amazing. I can't believe how many places this has moved from last year. I originally had this at the number 8 spot for 2022 films. Now, it's at my number 2 for the entire year of 2023. Coming in at number 2 is the Super Mario Brothers movie. Holy crap, this looks like it's going to be a faithful adaptation of the Mario games. This movie looks like it's going to be so much fun, capture the Mario universe so well. Honestly, Chris Pratt might be the worst part of the movie in terms of his voice, but everything else about this movie is almost perfect representation of the Mario universe. The film looks freaking gorgeous. Seeing all the locations, seeing all sorts of references to other Mario universe things like Mario Kart. Donkey Kong probably looks the best he's looked since Donkey Kong Country, in my opinion. This film is a film that I want to see the day it comes out, and definitely in theaters. And this is the very first time, I think, ever, where I put an Illumination film in my top 10 most anticipated films of the year. This film looks like it's going to be a freaking good time. And as a huge Mario fan, I'm freaking ready. But there's one more film that I am anticipating more than the Mario movie. What is it? Well, if you guys know me, you probably know what it is. Coming in as my most anticipated film of 2023, shouldn't be a shock at all. It's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 got me into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If it wasn't for that film, I wouldn't have been nearly as invested in it. And with it being the grand finale of the franchise that got me into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'm ready for this film. I can't freaking wait. I want to see this in theaters, and this film seems like it's going to be freaking tragic. The trailer looks awesome. The freaking characters are going to probably tug at your heartstrings and make you freaking cry your eyes out. And, well, I don't have that much more to say about this film, honestly. The story they're gonna set up with Rocket seems, oh my god, I just don't even want to think about it. I am both very happy and excited for this film, but very nervous. If there's any Marvel Cinematic Universe film I don't want them to fuck up, it's this. Marvel, please. If any film, even more, I think, than Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, don't fuck up this film. Please. Because you might completely destroy me from your universe if you do. This film is a big factor. The biggest factor on if I stay a big Marvel fan or not. But I do think overall it's going to be a satisfying conclusion. So I am anticipating the hell out of this film, and I can't wait for it to come out on May 5th. And that's why it's my number 1 most anticipated film of next year. So, I hope you guys like this video. I didn't do an honorable mention because, really, I think there are films I'm curious about, but not really dying to see, so I didn't really make an honorable mentions list this year, so this is it. My top 10 most anticipated films of 2023. Hope you guys like this video. My next video, honestly, is going to be something Christmas related. And hope you guys like this. Gaming Do here. See you later. Bye.